Hello, y'all. Welcome to Shanterica's healing journey, helping others heal. Um, so today I wanted to talk about friendship hurt. I had talked about it on my last podcast. I think it's like episode 1 or episode 2 about how friendship can hurt. You know, and most time people don't know how they can hurt a friend, or they used to it, and so when they being corrected, they tend to shut off or isolate themselves. And I feel like when you does that, that's nothing but what the devil wants you to do. The devil wants you to sit there and isolate yourself because you done hurt someone. And it's okay. It's okay to say, hey, if I meant to hurt you, I'm sorry, or I apologize. But we tend to run away from it when I feel like we shouldn't run away from it. We should be able to sit there and accept what we did to someone, apologize, and move forward from it. And I was kind of, in a little situation of it, and I lost my best friend, but I'm okay with it because God also prepare you for stuff to restore you. And so it was basically like I didn't lose her. The devil is just using her to attack me, and that's fine because she's still my friend. I still love her. I'm still gonna love her, so it don't even matter. It just whenever she get her space and she learn, hey, the devil did use me to attack someone, or this is what I need to go about to learn, then she'll be okay with it. I'm okay with our friendship ending. If it's for an ending period for a long period of time, I'm okay with it, but I did my part. Um, I did my part. I did. Yeah. Then a lot of people need to realize, friendship hurt. Like, especially when you to pray with them, you to laugh with them, you to make memories with them, and just to all break it off in a second, they don't realize how trauma that is. Like, that's trauma. Very trauma. Very, very trauma. So I remember when my best friend that I met when I was 12. I think it was a year after my mom passed. Awana. Yeah. Me and Awana, we were so close. We went through a lot together. When I say a lot together, we went through a lot together. And it was to the point where she was like, "You are so much just to be lying." Who is this lazy one? Friendship wounds hurt more than romantic relationships sometimes. That's true. That's very true. That's very true. I don't get off topic, but that's very true. But yeah, one was like, you lost so much with this. So as me being a friend that I thought I was, because I didn't have a person to teach me how to be a friend, I used to hurt her. Like the things I say, the things I do, I used to just hurt Awana. And Awana never came to me and say, "Hey, you hurting me." She'll just move away, isolate herself. Then I'll be that friend, be like, "Hey, what I did, with this and that." And she'll be like, that's when she'll tell me. And I'm like, "Dang, my bad." So over the years, as us still being friends, I learned how to progress and not to hurt a friend, because I know how it felt from my last previous friend being hurt and me hurting her. And one thing that I can say, me and Awana, we might go months or probably a year without talking, but we never hit below the belt. That's something we never did. Her loyalty never ended. She always loyal. To this day, she's still loyal. My lawyer never ended for her. We still trust each other. We still have secrets with each other that nobody knows. Like this, when this girl got mad at me, she ain't gonna spread my secret. She didn't do none of that. Like my secret stayed with her. And I really appreciate her. Like she was one friend that showed me that I can trust and I can be loyal, because I was that friend to where I don't care if you come and go. I feel like my mom left me, so I don't care if you come and go. But she showed me it shouldn't be like that. And then on, down on life, I did have other friends, but I had other friends for bad choices. It wasn't there to help me or guide me. It was there to lead me, guide me to the bad decisions, not to decisions that I wanted. And sometimes only thing we do want is we expect honesty from our friendships. That's it, honesty and loyalty. It's what we do. I'm sorry, that was one of my a texted me. I mean, someone texted me asked me can I do a podcast. I'm sorry. And then sometimes we do trust around people. We be expecting them to choose us like we chose them. No, mm-mm. Everybody's the same. Everybody different. Everybody should be able to get through a trauma. So I was going. I'm not gonna lie. I had told my friend Lizzie, I was like, man, yesterday when he heard it deep. I was like, I don't even know if I still want to be your friend. And I did. Like I told her, I don't know if I still want to be your friend. Cause this was where I was protecting myself from. I was trying to protect myself from being hurt again. And to get hurt again, like it pulls something. Like it was just a pulling feeling. Like it was a feeling that I never had. And I was trying to protect myself. And Liz was like, well, if that's what you want to do, then go do it. And I was like, you know what? I had to go pray. And, you know, God was like, why, just because one friendship hurt, why stop giving everybody else a chance? Keep giving them people a chance because you here for a reason. You here to guide them and to lead them. Sometimes they might don't want the truth. Sometimes it might hurt, you know. And I was like, you're right, God. It's the way God works, man, the way God works. So like I was still crying, y'all. When I say all yesterday, I boo-hooed and cried. I boo-hooed and cried, and I even cried on my husband's shoulder, you know. And he was like, "Look, you gonna get through it." So I had told Liz, I was like, "I'm not even going to church," and Liz was like, "Yes, you are." I was like, "I'm not going." I hung up the phone with her and everything. I was like, "I'm not going to church," but just laying in bed, just crying, just the willing in it because it hurted so bad. God was like, "Get up and go to church." I went to church. Well, I texted my mother-in-law, right? So before me and my mother-in-law started back talking, I hurted her, but I didn't know that I hurted her. And I'm glad that she did come to me and she did tell me, you know, so we patched up that wound as with apologizing. And for the 2 weeks, not gonna lie, man, my church love fellowship was on my mind heavy. And I kept telling Lizzie, I was like, um I said, God is not leading me to your church. God is leading me to my old church. And I'm like, why, God? Why are you leading me to this church? Like, I don't want to go there because of such and such. Woo. Then he ended up putting my mother-in-law on my mind. And I was like, God, what are you doing? So God was telling me to apologize. So that Sunday, that Saturday, she came to my child game and I haven't seen her in so long. And I was like, I had to just go pray. I had to just go to myself and just pray. And so I texted her and I was like, hey, can I talk to you? And she was like, sure. She didn't come back that Saturday, but she came back that Sunday. That Sunday when she came back, I just apologized to her. And she was like, am I in a prank right now? And I was like, no, you're not. Like, this is something that I wanted to do. This is something that God told me that I needed to do, that I needed to apologize. And me, I'm not that person to apologize to nobody, but God is leading me to apologize. Because if y'all go back and y'all look on my YouTube, on my shorts, in the beginning of my journey, I sat there and I wrote paper on a paper who I want to forgive and who I want to forgive me. That was what I wrote. And I sat there and I prayed over me and my brother. We prayed over it. When I say my brother prayed so hard, he had me and my grandmother, baby, the Holy Spirit was in the house that day. And we balled it up, we ripped it up, and we threw it away. Right? So when God got me apologizing to people and people coming apologizing to me, I'm like, God, I see you working. I see you working. You a mighty God. I see you working, you know. And so I got up and I went to church yesterday. And when I walked in church, everything that I was feeling, their speaker was speaking about. And I was like, glory to God. And I just started crying again. And I just started praying to God, like, help me, help me, help me. You know, God, like, I don't want to be stuck here. I prayed to you and told you to help me better. Help me be better. Help my heart be better. My mind, my soul, you know, my talk. And God is doing it. And so when I saw it in church and the speaker said this season is a new breach. You know, God has got us carrying something that we finna that we finna birth. We finna birth something new. And in the beginning, my friend Lizzie was telling me, I'm birthing something. I'm finna birth something new. And that's the whole time hearing it back to what the speaker was saying last night. I'm saying, you know what, God, this journey that I'm on is something real. I don't know what it's about it, what's gonna happen, but I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to walk with God, you know. So in the midst of it, she was like, if anybody ready to let go the hinder pain, the pain that someone to cause throughout your life is, it's time to give it right here to God. Y'all, I got up and I walked and I said, God, I said, I give my friendship that I just lost to you. I did. And I cried and I prayed to God. And next thing you know, everybody started grabbing hands, my hand, like it was just a circle. The kids got in the middle of it and we were just praying. We were just praying, speaking in tongue. So she was like, Lord, grab somebody and pray with them. And it was this baby right here. And when I hold that baby hand, I was praying with her, right? And she started praying. That child is so, oh, that child can pray. That child can pray. And when that child said, help me get over my friends that hurted me, I can do nothing but share more tears. And I was like, God, what is this about? What are you doing, God? You're restoring me. You prepared me and you restoring me. I get that, God. And I sat down. And then, next thing you know, she came back and she was like, can you pray for my sister? I was like, sure. I grabbed her sister's hand and I instantly felt a connection. Like, God was like, I'm finna use you. God used me last night, baby. He did. He did. God used me last night. Baby, God put everything on my heart that baby was going through. And I remember sitting in Lizzie's living room that day telling Lizzie some stuff that she haven't even told me. And Liz was like, are you a prophet? I was like, no, I'm not a prophet. That's not what I call myself. I don't. You know, I'm a dreamer and God can show me things. And I was disobedient to God. Now that I'm obedient to God and I'm not running away from God, it's stronger. So I had told that baby, I said, I can't even pray for you. That baby was like, it's okay. I said, you need healing. I could just pray about healing. I said, can you pray? The baby started praying, y'all. She laid her head on my shoulder. She was like, I'm tired. When she said she was tired, I started praying. I started speaking in tongues. And we sat there and we hugged and we cried together. Everybody was just sitting down. Like, they had us with our moment. And she went to the back and I sat down and I told my sister-in-law, I was like, God put such and such. She was like, well, go share it. Go ask her. Go do it. Go do what God's telling you to do. And I was like, God, why'd you have me go to my sister-in-law knowing she gonna tell me to go do it? I was like, dang it. And I was like, you know what? Being obedience. You gotta be obedient to God. So I went to the back and I asked the baby. And the baby broke down crying, and I broke down crying with the baby too. So we backed up just hugging each other, just crying. And I told her, I was like, I gave her my number, and I'm like, I'm walking this mile with you. So in the mix of me saying all this is to show that God is not done. God is not done. He's not. He's working on you. He's preparing you and he's restoring you. Even though I lost that friendship, well, I didn't lose it. That she thinking that we lost our friendship is not lost. It's not. She have to go on her journey. I have to go on my journey, right? And so just like how rivers meet, the river's gonna meet again, and we're gonna meet again, and we're gonna do something wonderful for God. My friendship is not over with her. You know, it hurt because we're not talking. Yeah, it hurts. But I understand God's assignment. She have to go on her own assignment, like I'm going on my assignment. And I'm understanding it by being obedient, you know. I'm understanding. So I just wanted to, reach out and just let y'all know. Sometimes it's not y'all that hurts a friendship. It's not the other person. Sometimes God got you going on a journey that you have to go on by yourself. And that person that helped you get on that journey have to go on to their journey. So basically what I'm saying is my best friend thinking she lost me when she didn't lose me. she's coming back, but she did her part for God. She prepared me, and she prepared me to be restored. So now, in the beginning, when she sat there and she said, "Shan, I did what I had to do. It's going to be somebody else have to teach you along the way." She said, "I'm still where God got me at, but I'm moving. I'm moving. I'm not where another person is." She sat there and said the word. So when that friendship went how it went yesterday, I said that's nothing but the devil. The devil trying to get her to isolate herself, to be back lonely and thinking friends not should be there. And that's not the truth. I be dog and I be damn. I'm sorry, but I be damn if I let the devil take my friend away from me, to let her know that I'm not a true friend when I am. And she's a true friend. So all that being said is, sometimes you got to let friendship go to get back to where it needs to be, because God is not done with you. I love y'all.